Honestly, guys, it is not looking great for young Philly. Last week in Australia, 2 new charges have been put against him for beep assault, SA. If it was someone that was more popular and more famous and more of a threat to the elites, I would say maybe this is the elites trying to take him down because he's getting too powerful. But the problem is, young Philly's not that big. He's not a threat to the establishment. He's not a threat to the elites. He's not a threat to the higher ups. So it can't be that. Look, I always tell you boys, just don't even get yourself into these situations to begin with. I understand as much as the next guy that part of the fun and part of the trappings of success of becoming successful is to be able to sleep with more and more women. And I understand that, and the biological urge of a man is huge. But at the end of the day, it's never worth it because we find ourselves in situations like this where there really is no way out. Even if young Philly is innocent and he's proven to be innocent through these charges, do I see him coming back from this? Probably not. And honestly, ethically speaking, it wouldn't be right of young Philly to say, well, guys, take on my burden now. You might lose out on sponsorships. You might lose out on things like that, but please still have me around. It's not ethically fair for young Philly to say to the rest of his group there, keep me on and bear all the consequences of my action. At the very least, he was in places where he was alone with these women. And I've always told you guys, don't take the risk of having these things happen to you, because even if you find yourself a woman who is on it on the night and she's down to sleep with you and boom, 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 it's a great night, she's happy, you're happy, and 3 weeks later, bang, she files a police report because she just feels embarrassed that she even did it with you. And then bang, it's your word against hers, and who are they going to believe? Her. And what's interesting is the kind of girl, generally speaking, who will give it up to you on the first night, on the first time seeing her, and just gives up that fast, that easy, she's usually the type of girl that's also a crazy. Let me preface that. I'm not saying that's always the case, but from what I've seen, it's usually the crazy girl that's going to give up sex to you on the first night. Girls that aren't crazy, that are emotionally stable, who wouldn't lie against you or do something crazy to make you fall from your success, they would usually make you wait at least 1 or 2 dates. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. A lot of men aim to become successful, to sleep with more women, to acquire more women, to get more female validation. But the funny thing is, the type of woman that would give up to you so easily once you become successful usually is the crazy girl. So if you're in situations now where you become successful and all these girls are running you down to try and sleep with you, and the first time they see you do a groupie or, have a one-night stand with you, they're usually the crazy girl. And they're the girl that's going to bring you down. So ironically speaking, it's the reward that you're looking for is what's going to bring you down and fall you from grace. And even if young Philly isn't to be proven guilty, I don't see him recovering from his career. We've seen other celebrities kind of recover from their career, like Johnny Depp and that whole Amber Heard situation. But that's a lot different because Johnny Depp's so much more famous, so much more loved universally across the world than young Philly. And it was more of a thing that Johnny Depp was exonerated from all of these huge public lies that Amber Heard put on him. Whereas in this case here, these women haven't come across to the media at all. Let's have a look at this article from the BBC. It reads, British rapper Young Philly is facing 2 more charges related to the sexual assault of a woman while on tour in Australia. The YouTuber, whose real name is Andres Felipe Valencia Barrientos, appeared before Perth District Court. In March, he pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of assault occasioning bodily harm, 1 of strangulation, and 4 counts of sexual penetration without consent. According to court documents filed on Friday, he faces 2 new counts of sexual penetration without consent, and no plea has been entered for them. Interesting. The attack is alleged to have taken place on the 28th of September. So does that mean that it's multiple women that are filing for this case here? And he allegedly has penetrated multiple women without their consent on the exact same night? Interesting. The internet personality has been on bail since October 2024 after allegedly sexually assaulting a woman in her 20s in his hotel room after he performed at a venue in Hillary's, a coastal suburb of Perth. Barrientos admitted to a reckless driving charge on 5th of December, according to court documents. So he had been caught driving more than 96 miles per hour on the Roe Highway near the Perth suburb of High Wycombe on 17th of November. That is crazy to me. Why the hell are you speeding in a foreign country where you don't know what's going to happen to you because of your actions? That tells me that Philly isn't too in control of what he gets up to, and he's not really working out the risks versus reward. To go that fast on a highway, almost 100 miles per hour, that's a risky move in a foreign country because you don't know what they're going to do to you in foreign countries like that. A 10-day trial is scheduled to start on the 20th of July 2026. Make sure to subscribe and like this video to stay up to that, guys. I will cover the whole story as and when it happens from the 20th of July 2026, which is next year, which is kind of long. He's got a long wait, my God. As I've become more successful, my risk tolerance for, dealing with women in that way, it's gone down so low. Like, when I was young, 18, 19, 20, and I was desperate to get girls and just exploring myself and exploring what I could do and have fun and I would take the opportunity to sleep with many of the women that there was a potential situation for that to happen. But now that I'm more and more successful, I pretty much reject every single woman that encounters me for that kind of situation. And it's sad and ironic at the same time because I am now able to get way more women than I could have got when I was 20. But yet I reject the grand majority of them. I mean like 95%, because I'm not risking everything that I built for one crazy woman to put some lie on me. And next thing you know, I'm all in the papers. I mean, don't even risk being alone in a hotel room with a woman, even if you're doing nothing with her. Don't even risk it. Because think about it. If you're going to have 1 hour of fun time, think about the risk compared to having your whole reputation tarnished just because you had 1 hour of fun. Is it worth it? I think not. I advise all men to just stick far away from it and just settle down with just one girl, be it your girlfriend, your wife, whatever, like Chunks has, and just keep it safe, guys. Men work so hard to become successful, and it's such a rare position for men to be in because most men don't become as successful as young Philly. And to lose all of that because, and again, I'm just playing the situation that maybe he is innocent, because a woman has lied upon your name is crazy. Why risk all of what you've built because of a crazy woman? Okay, don't even put yourself in this situation. And I know you want to take advantage of the perks of being a successful man, but just always think, is this worth it? And if you just ask yourself that question before you do something silly like take her back to your hotel room or take her back to your house or whatever, which is even more stupid because now she knows your address. Stupid move. If you ask yourself that question beforehand, you'll usually come to the answer of no, it's not worth it. I mean, a few days ago I went to the club with a few of my bros and a girl approached me and the vibe was really good and I could tell she was on it to have some fun and she was down for that kind of thing. But I rejected her and she got so upset about it because I thought to myself, you know what, it's just not worth the risk. As a man that's becoming more and more high value, I am so critical and so selective on the women that I associate myself with because a lot of women can pull you down, and we've seen this time and time again with football players, musicians, actors. You can work your whole life, 30, 40, 50 years to build yourself an amazing career, and then one woman just boop takes it away from you in one night. And that's just not worth it to me. Obviously, if young Philly, it turns out that he is guilty, obviously he deserves everything that's coming his way. But again, I don't think Chunks and the rest of them boys there should really back him if he comes back to be innocent. And you got to remember, it's not about Chunks and the other boys in that group there. They also got families to feed, they got wives now, things like that. Why risk one person for the disadvantage of the whole of the group? That's not a smart decision. And ethically speaking, if Philly falls down, let him fall down, but let him fall down himself and let the rest of them boys become more successful. Because if Philly jumps back into that group there, called the Beta Squad, their chances of them getting sponsorship deals with, like, you know, all the things they have, like Bake Off on Channel 4, BBC 3 shows, the Foot Asylum, all those things, and other potential sponsors that they could potentially get in the future, they're going to risk all of those sponsors just for one guy, okay? So if Philly does prove to become innocent, he needs to separate from the group and just do his own thing and try and build back his career on his own, because it's not about being proven guilty in these kind of cases, guys. Once your name is tarnished as a man, it's tarnished for life. And most times there's no coming back from that, even if you are proven innocent and the court says that. Once you have all these headlines in the papers, like young Philly has on the BBC here, it's pretty much over for you. Because a lot of brands and corporate businesses will be very hesitant to work with you because your name's already been put in the mud so badly. So yeah, I will keep you guys up to date with this story as in when it happens and as in when more information comes our way. But look forward to that 10-day trial in the 20th of July 2026. Keep it locked at the Hezron Springer Show clips right here by subscribing, and I will see you in the next video. This is the Hezron Springer Show.